All right, we're going to go ahead and switch over. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Nikki with Grassroots Chicago, and I'm here with Aaron Brooks. And it's 420! Yes, we are so excited. I'm so glad you could join us. So I'm going to let our friends in here. Again, if you want to join our conversation live and come hang out with us and dab with us, our fam is right here. Go ahead and use the password GRC420. The join link is in the event page on Facebook. And with no further ado, I'd love to hear what's going on with you, Aaron. What's up? Wow. Drive-through weed? I dig it. That's really awesome. I hope they stick that. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to let people come on in and join. And if you have any questions, we're just going to ask that you kind of mute yourself in between and ask questions one at a time. Yes, if you've got anything you're trying to smoke, feel free to hit that up. This is definitely 420, and we want all the weeds today. So what's quarantine been like for you? How have you been spending your time? We need to use that time. Definitely. For sure. I am. Yeah. It's been a little quiet. Honestly, if you go outside, people are walking in the streets. I have to go down an elevator every day to take my dog out. So there's a lot of hustle and bustle still. It's just a lot of separating, social distancing. Obviously, all the stores and restaurants are closed. So that's been it's been a little different, but everybody's out here with their masks on and their hand sanitizer, and we keep on keeping on. Exactly. That's been my escape. If I'm like, I really just need to get out of this house right now, I just get in my car, go drive. Like, it's been. Oh my goodness. Okay, Aaron, hold on. We are going to pause and come back in here. It seems that your sound, we can hear you in Zoom, but we can't hear you on Twitch. So I'm here, and I'm going to try to work through this. Feel free. No, it's probably something on my end on Twitch. I'm going to get some help in here with this. In the meantime, well, we're here in the Zoom chat. We can all hear. Do you have any idea what?
I muted us on the Zoom call. Okay, I think it just needs a audio input.
So I just put in a new one right here. Double click that.
No feedback.
Well, we're still here. I guess we can still talk about what's going on. So what art projects have you been working on recently? Anything quarantine inspired?
Buddy Jesse, but a lot of graphic design, a lot of logo work, a couple glass blowers I've been working with, but mostly have been going back into my studio, and I have this shelf of just canvases that I've like gotten started, or like maybe even gotten like 50% through the way, and going back, and I've been like attacking those, and trying to finish projects that I've kind of got put on the back burner, and that's been really, really fun. But as far as projects right now, we've still been grinding for the art show. Since we got pushed back, we have brought on a few more artists and glass artists. So been coordinating with them, just trying to use the time that we have to make the show just a little bit bigger, and that's been really, really fun. The Millie with Jerry Kelly is going to be finished probably any day now, which is very exciting. That's whenever we can start really getting the glass into artists' hands and seeing some glass come to life too, which is very exciting.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I did get a question on Facebook from a user, and they want to know how you and Jesse first connected, or how you guys first met.
So Jesse, this is how I guess we first got in contact. But Jesse's manager, I guess, got a hold of me through Instagram and said, "Nice, fuck yeah."
Oh yeah, homie's got his hat on.
Said that Jesse was actually a fan of mine, and I was super flattered. And he asked me if I would want to create like a Cyclops series for them, and it was just going to be for a line of merch. And the first 3 little Cyclops I did, the red, yellow, and green guy, it just went over really well. Working with them was so easy. I've worked with a lot of bands, a lot of great people too. I'm not putting anyone down, but just something about working with Jesse and his manager Eric, and Alex Fire, was
some sauce over there. Looks like, good.
It's like easy, and it clicked, and it felt like I've known him for a while, and I don't take shit like that for granted. So like it's been super fucking fun, and I don't think either of us thought we would have worked this much together, but it's been a blast. And it's taken me so many cool places, met amazing people, and I owe a lot of thanks to Jesse and his team.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then I know before you were mentioning some of the festivals that you've been to, and that's been a big part of what you do. What are some of your favorite festivals? I know this year's going to be a little bit different, but in general, what are some of your favorite events to hang out at?
Infrasound comes to mind first for me because I think it was the first one that the people putting it on put a lot of trust in me, and when I didn't really have a lot of experience under my belt, along with like 2013, 14, they just kind of let me do my thing there, and they showed me a lot of love, and it kind of gave me a lot of confidence and inspiration to, push myself harder and farther, and I owe a lot of love to them, and I was looking forward to Infrasound this year for sure. But other than Infrasound, summer camp I absolutely love. Talking about some Chicago fam.
Oh wait, it's over here.
Love summer camp.
Somewhere.
My first festival ever was I'm from West Virginia originally.
Oh.
Was All Good in 2009, and that was a big turning point for me. I was a fucking changed man after that one for sure. Actually, I remember it was crazy as fuck. This was the first time I think I heard dubstep ever. Was in 2009.
That's a big moment.
Yeah, because it was Bass Nectar. He had a 45-minute set on a side stage, and he was remixing like the Beatles and Damian Marley, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I love everything he was doing. So it was really fucking cool. I think right after that it was like Les Claypool or something, like an incredible festival. But All Good, and I think they still do it. I know it's ran by a bunch of different people now, but they do. I know they're a part of the Jubilee, which I haven't done yet over there in Ohio. The Dark Star Jubilee. It's something I really want to do. But God, other festivals that come to mind, I guess, would be, as far as the East Coast goes, Mad Tea Party was awesome. If any of you ever got to hit those were gangster. The East Coast small festivals were so awesome. And there's like a fucking 100 of them a year. So that's like the best part about the East Coast. And that's what we miss the most.
I dig it. I got a fan down here, Josh, a question from Josh. He says, what was your favorite live painting festival? And then when are you coming to Texas?
Ooh,
any
Texas.
moves down to Texas?
I forget what part I was in. Ellie would be able to remember. But this guy had a huge warehouse that he had old cars in that he collected. And he had a bunch of artists come out there and do tags, and I put a really big one on his office, and it's the only time I've painted in Texas. But live painting gigs wise would probably be at the Red Rocks for Stephen Marley last year, or it was 2 years ago. It was Reggae on the Rocks, and it was Ellie, myself, and our friend Anya Amador. That oh my god, it was so fucking fun. I think it was Zion I opened up for him, but yeah, it was Stephen Marley and and then Revolution at the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it was so fucking fun.
That's a great little lineup there.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge reggae fan, so that's definitely like my soft spot.
Well, Josh is saying over here that you should come meet Saul Glass and paint in Austin. He'll help set it up. So it sounds like
I know
Josh can hook you up over here.
That would be fucking awesome. I mean, there's so many glass blowers in Texas. It's insane.
Good place for glass.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's joined. It looks like we've got Eric, Tom, Connor and Katie here, Miley, Lance, Rebecca, Eric. So shout out to all you guys for joining. Thanks for coming. If you guys,
fuck yeah. Happy 420.
Happy 420. If you guys have a question, feel free to just unmute yourself and then ask your question, and we'll just try to take turns as best as possible.
Unmute.
I think Josh is coming in to say something.
What up?
Hello, who is this?
I can't hear anything, can you?
I can't either. Anybody else have any questions for Aaron while we're here? Miley?
From me.
Just hanging out. I like your background, man. That looks sweet.
Thank you.
That shit, dude, that caught my eye a second ago. I was like, what the fuck?
It's just like hanging out in some weed fields.
Yeah.
That's dope. Dig it. Very cool. When did you start painting, Aaron? Can you tell me about how you started, like, creating art and when that kind of came to life?
I definitely was always into drawing, like, my whole life. I would always draw and shit. But, I'd say I started taking it really serious when I was around, like, 21, 22. I was, like, really going to the art store and like being like, oh, I need this and I want to do this and this is what I want to do. And I really like focused a lot more on like painting more than drawing, because I mean it's a whole different world. I don't know if any of you guys do it, but I'm not even gonna lie, I'd rather draw any day than paint. I love it so much. Like drawing is the best.
Connor's with you on that one. I see you,
Yeah,
Connor.
I mean, it's so fun, and illustration is what I started doing, and I love graffiti, and that's definitely, I mean, graffiti is illustration to its finest, but the painting it's so gratifying in its own way, and you can accomplish totally different things with it, and yeah, around 21, 22, I'd say I started really getting into painting and taking it a little more serious.
Very cool.
And so I just turned 30 last week, so...
Yes, happy birthday, by the
okay.
way.
God damn.
That's
You're
exciting. Any life lessons that you think we ought to know and now that you're like 30?
Oh my God.
Like, what did you learn in the 20s? What are those 20s life lessons that were like, damn, moving forward, this is what's up?
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
That's a good one. Really good one.
That's my big one.
It's an important one.
But honestly, I mean, it's been such a fucking roller coaster, man. Like, I guess just holding on and definitely like having those like 2-3 people in your life that you can trust with anything, and treating them
Totally.
like just as good as you like, I don't know, like as they deserve, you know what I mean? Like it's tough to say, like without Ellie and my brothers, like, you know, you feel lost sometimes, even with thousands of people. Like you gotta keep that family close to you, and that's definitely helped me through this whole thing.
Has that been hard? I mean, traveling and stuff. I know Grassroots, we travel all summer, and I know sometimes that's been, it's a lot of fun at times, but it can also be kind of stressful. How do you balance, and how do you take that experience?
FaceTime. Like, I FaceTime fucking, like, 80% of my conversation. And, I mean, it's mostly, like, with my mom and stuff, too. Like, she's in West Virginia still. You know, I'll probably see her 2 or 3 times a year max, and that's fucked. It sucks, but it's just like,
yeah,
she works her ass off too. So do I. That summertime, I got 2 twin little brothers that are 12, and they are savage.
I bet. That's awesome.
Shithead, man. They're gonna be great. But
twins are a handful. I mean, that's...
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's super busy, and it's like, that is tough, but like FaceTime, this thing that everybody's doing now with Zoom and whatever app they're fucking using. My friends and I have been doing this house party app. It's super fucking fun. But shit like that, it really, really helps. Like, a lot.
All the virtual connections.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do have a few other...
I'm realizing that too. Like, a lot now. Like, oh fuck, I can just hit up this motherfucking FaceTime that I haven't talked to in like 2 years, and it feels like you're hanging out.
It
like,
does.
Yeah.
This is us hanging out right now. I do have a question from Lance. What is your favorite collaboration and maybe the story behind it?
Honestly, one of my favorite, like, my favorite form of collabing was with my buddy Chris Dyer. It was our second time doing it, and we had a little bit more time to plan this one, and because it was really fun. The first time we met at Jim and Jam, it was our first time meeting in person. He had hit me up online, and we kind of came into it, and he was like, what do you want to do? I know you like to dab. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do like a dab painting. This was the first collab, and I had to draw on his sketchbook, which he sent me a picture of it, a diagram of like how a rig worked. I'm like, this is where you gotta hit it. This is where the nail goes. We gotta heat this up to make this happen. And it's like a full-on rig diagram in his sketchbook.
That's incredible.
But the second one was it was really fun. It was a 2-piece canvas, and I took the right side, he took the left side, and I took a black Sharpie, and I drew a little guy, like half a face, and he drew a half a face in black. and then we switched canvases, and I painted his side, and he painted my side. It was super fucking fun.
That's so cool.
Because yeah, at the end we got to put it together, and it was in my opinion just like the perfect collab.
That is super sweet. And
great.
Just shout out to Chris Dyer. We're actually going to be doing the same kind of Zoom sesh with him on Saturday for anybody who's trying to.
Is he smoking weed again?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I just briefly talked to him, and he's going to join us Saturday. You should come hang out with us on Saturday. Chris Dyer.
I will. This is actually the last piece I think I saw him hit, which was like 3 years ago.
Can we get a close up? So
Yeah.
I think we're all like,
Jerry,
what is this?
This is
so
he
sick.
actually drew a picture of this too. I got
wow.
a little picture of that. Jerry has it too. But it's got like a nice dire wolf right there.
Oh shit.
Bunch of Grateful Dead stuff. It's
super dope.
This is one of my favorite pieces, man.
Sick. All right, I got a question over here from Freeball and Nikes. He says, or she says, did you ever feel doubtful about your ability, if you were making the right move?
I did this morning. I mean,
to make art. Like, was that, or what advice would you give other artists who are struggling to make ends meet off their desire to create?
That's a tough one. But as far as like making your ends meet, and it's there is no answer that's like do this to go make money. There is no answer for that. But as far as have I ever doubted myself, as far as what am I doing? Is like this is dumb. Should I even paint anymore? Every day, all the time, like constantly, but you just keep fucking going, and you keep drawing, and you keep painting. You never giving up, as cliche as that is. Like, drawing and painting, it's not meant for every piece to be perfect. I was told at one point to throw away my first 1,000 paintings, and then after that, I could think about selling them. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that. But I took that to heart in a sense of like, not everyone is your masterpiece. Not everyone is like, you can learn something from every painting though. Like, it's all a build up for something greater. In the end, you can think that, or you can think that, every piece could be like your best one. But in my opinion, just taking something from every time you draw, every time you sit down and paint is what's important, not if you sell it, just go on to that next piece. You know what I mean? It's there if you're still thinking about it.
I think that's great advice for people to be creative and always keep that going.
Yeah.
I do have another question here from my phone. We don't know who that is yet, but they say, who's your hero and what artists are you influenced by? Do you have a hero?
Okay, we're talking like superheroes?
Maybe. Do you have a superhero hero?
Two different questions, but
my phone, you want to chime in there?
Hero wise, I have a few. I mean, I look up a lot to Ralph Steadman. I've got to talk to him and people that curate his gallery, and I really like his outlook on making art. And I love his artwork, obviously, but just the way that he says there is no mistakes. Like, he never makes a mistake. He's like, fucking no. Like, tell me I made a mistake. You can't tell an artist they make a mistake. Like, so you can't. But, I mean, there's other people I look up to for a bunch of different reasons. I have my buddy Phil Lewis out here in Boulder. I don't know I'm sure a lot of you have seen his artwork, but the way that this guy runs his business is like incredible. Like, he really has it down pat as far as like marketing and a storefront to come in and make you the artist as well. Like, hey, I like that piece of art, put it on that water bottle for me. Like, incredible. Like, business standpoint, look up to Phil a lot. Artist standpoint, Ralph definitely speaks to me for sure. And yeah, superhero wise, probably gonna have to go with the Hulk.
Ooh.
Wait. I answered too soon. Because I don't know if I like the new Bruce Banner. Like, I like old Hulk. You feel me?
Like comic book or like
Comic
the movie
book
one?
Hulk. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel that for sure. I have a question here from Ryan Connolly from Grassroots. He says, if you could smoke weed with one celebrity, who would it be?
Ryan. Probably
Wait.
just Ryan.
Oh, it's smoke with Ryan? That's a good one.
Fuck, man, I don't know. I really, really enjoy Bill Murray and everything he does, so I'd probably go Bill Murray.
That'd be tight. That would be tight.
I'd probably go Bill Murray.
I want to see him in one of our bucket hats.
Is Ryan gonna make that happen?
I guess we'll have to wait and find out. TBD.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have a few other questions here from some people that were in our group earlier. So how did you and Ellie meet? Do you mind talking about you and Ellie a little bit?
No, not at all.
She's a huge part of all of us at Grassroots,
So
too.
she actually hit me up. She was coordinating all the artists for a festival in Tennessee called Creatures of the Night.
Okay.
And she put together a crazy awesome lineup. I think it was me, her, Amanda Sage, Harrison Crawford. Man, there's a few other people, but amazing lineup. Anyway, it was a nightmare because that festival actually never even happened. I have no idea who the fuck it was that put it on, but so people arrived there, campsites were set up, stages were set up, people were ready for music the next day, and people wake up to the stage being like tore down and like no music being played because like I guess nobody was getting paid. And so we pretty much had the choice. We were like, okay, you guys, we got to go home. Nobody's getting paid. And there was like a renegade festival thrown together by all of us artists. One of my DJ buddies goes by Spankalicious, had some speakers, and he like set up some speakers in the woods, and we pretty much had a camp out for like 3 days because we were like, yeah, we're here.
Why not? Throw down.
I was like, my flight doesn't go back for like 3 days, so I'm in Tennessee. And
I think I heard about this actually. Somebody was telling me about this.
We hung out the whole weekend. We're inseparable. I mean, it was me and her the whole time. And I flew back out to Colorado. Obviously, we were still talking. And I remember coming back out to Baltimore to see her within like 2 weeks because she was moving out to a house full of artists. And it was like an art coalition that we had a benefactor there that you pretty much gave him 2 canvases a month and you got to live there for free. And I got invited to be in it too, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll have a place in Baltimore, and I got my place in Colorado. I was like, that's baller. And so went out there with her, and obviously we hit it off and didn't even have to get separate rooms. Ended up just staying with her, and we ended up getting a place together in Woodstock, Maryland, right outside of Baltimore, living there for about a year and a half with one of my best friends. And once I guess it was like 2016, I decided to come back to Colorado and bring her out, and we've been out here ever since. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. It's super fun, man. She's been fun to chase around the country.
You guys are definitely really special. It's fun to watch you guys on socials.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just like it all happened like that, and I don't regret a thing.
That's how it happens. It's how it's meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I tell people. They're like, "Oh, how'd you guys find each other?" I'm like, "Fucking, she booked me, literally. Like, she got me. Like, I was supposed to get paid."
That's funny. I got a question here from Tom. Tom wants to know if you're planning on going to Europe anytime soon. Have you done any like international art projects?
I'm glad Allie just left because she would love to go to Europe, and I would already been there. But I fucking hate flying so much. Like, I'm gonna literally
Really?
be like Michael Jackson, like knock the fuck out and fly that.
Do you drive mostly then when you guys travel?
Yeah. That's why I had the RV too, because I was like, I'm
Oh.
sick of flying everywhere, and then I was sick of driving everywhere because nobody wanted to drive my RV across the fucking country while I got high in the back, and so it was, it's a lose-lose. I really don't like flying, but I think here soon I do want to do it with her because she's dying to go.
That would be a really fun trip.
Well, yeah.
Somebody asks, Josh asks, what's your favorite bong? Do you have like a favorite rig or bong in there that
It's downstairs, so I was letting Ellie hit it. This is actually another one of my favorites. This is Rye Dyer right here. Oh my god, I love this one. So it's a double intake flower piece. And he's worked a little ice catcher there. It rips like a champ, man. But my favorite piece is by Symbiotic. He's a glass blower here in Boulder. But, oh my god, I have never liked the bong so much in my life. I'm dead serious. Like, it's going to stay with me for a while. And I usually only like beaker bongs, like just the classic beaker bong. But the one that's downstairs, it has like 5 different perks in it. I usually am not a big fan of that for flower pieces, but it's such a chugger. It's like a McDonald's milkshake. It's like thick when you pull that bitch.
Josh wants a follow-up question. Do you what's your favorite butter hash that you've smoked? Do you have like a favorite strain or anything?
Butter hash? Like
bud or hash, like the flower.
Oh, bud or hash.
Sorry.
I was like specific because there is some butter brands I like.
Oh shit.
Bud, I've been smoking a lot of snacks out here in Colorado. If any of you are in Colorado, try to pick it up. It's SNAX Land, Snacks Land, and just a really small grow. But if you've been out to Colorado, you know that when you squeeze a nug out here, it turns into dust. Like it's dry out here. But somehow every time like I buy weed from them, it's just like so fresh, so dank. And it's like, it's my favorite. But, and then as far as hash goes, I just bought a 3-gram jar of Laser Cat's Lava of their GMO. Pretty much anything Laser Cat's doing's on point with me. It's good.
Is that local to you guys? I'm in Chicago. So
no, I think that's all over Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good
shit. Well, guys, there's your plug. Go get that.
Yeah, no, Laser Cat for sure. It's 710 Labs. They're a safe brand to buy anything from. Yeah.
I've got a question here from a different Josh, I believe. Did you ever catch any live shows at The Root back in the day? I don't know where that is, but maybe have you heard of The Root?
Where is The Root?
I do not know. I do not know. I guess we could look it up really quick. Where do you go to shows a lot, like when you're at home? I mean, now that we're all at home.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of your favorite venues?
We're really close to Boulder. I'm in Longmont now.
Okay.
So the Fox is right by us, and they put on some incredible shows. I mean, we've seen everybody from, string cheese there to, like, smaller shows like Keller Williams and stuff. But then down in the Denver, Cervantes is amazing. And the lineup for Red Rocks this year was going to be awesome. But I know they're going to pick up all those shows. I'm looking forward to that. But we're only 40 minutes from Red Rocks, so that's a great one. Definitely lucky to be that close to it.
Yeah, we're definitely jealous. I think of you guys all the time. I'm like, oh, they just go to like every weekend. That's your main venue.
No, yeah, it doesn't get old. Like you're like, oh fuck, Jimmy Buffett, let's go. Like we're fucking going.
That's awesome. Well, I had a personal question. I know I've seen the chameleon in a lot of your work. I got your chameleon sweatshirt on, and then I know we did the hats with you with grassroots. What's the background behind your chameleon character?
I have wanted one for so long, and Ellie and I were talking about getting one literally for my birthday, right before all this shit happened.
Oh my god!
And, but now it's kind of just we're waiting until all this shit clears up so we can go out and go shopping for them. And there's a couple places here and people that have like that breed them and whatnot. But it's just like an infatuation with them. I think they're amazing how they change their colors and shit. It's like
that's so
most
cool.
Badass shit ever. Yeah, so definitely more just an infatuation with the fucking guys. My friend has one too, and I make him bring it over anytime he comes to the house. I'm like, it's like a must.
That's so fun.
They're so bad. I mean, he loves my dreads. He just climbs around them like they're trees and shit. It's so
that's
cool.
so funny.
Yeah. I will have one soon. Yeah. And then it'll make more sense, I guess.
Do you have a name for your chameleon picked out? I feel like you probably have something.
No, not yet. I got to see the sucker first, yeah.
Yeah. Just let him crawl around you.
I'm very excited, though. I'm glad you asked that.
I can tell. That's awesome.
It's going to happen. It's going to be a big thing for me.
We're going to need, like, pins with your new chameleon friend once that happens.
Yeah, just me as a chameleon.
Oh, I dig that. That's a good look.
I had that dream before.
So what drives you to create? I know we often talk about inspiration as artists and what you do when you're uninspired, or where do you draw inspiration from? So like, what drives you to create? That's a question I have here in chat.
So I treat it like a lot of my original canvases when I'm not doing like a parody of something, a cartoon or whatever. When you see just my guy or the alien creatures you see, a lot of it is taken in a sense of like a daily journal, or kind of. And I can look back at a canvas from 5 years ago that's an original canvas and probably tell you what I was going through, or like, something that really important that has happened during that time. So like a lot of daily current things for me, or current events, are what inspire the expressions or the activities that the aliens or the faces are doing. Yeah.
Cool. And then I know I've seen quite a few like sketches and stuff. I saw like the Danny DeVito piece was recent, and a few others. But what have been some of your like quarantine inspired or COVID based pieces?
What did you say? You're saying like what has the quarantine inspired?
Yeah, like what have you created in this time that maybe...
So one piece that we just got back from the scanner is a bunch of originals, so we can make clothes and whatnot with them.
Oh, cool.
This was the only... I made these two little guys. So we got Cornholio.
Oh!
Definitely was one of my favorites. That was a given. This is a time of crisis for him. And then this is kind of my theory of what's going on.
Oh.
What Mr. Burns here is behind all this bullshit.
Is that Smithers from The Simpsons? Oh my god, that's awesome. His eye looks so good. That's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's brought some art into the world this quarantine.
Some new art. I'm digging it. Do you ever try any other mediums of like art or?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. We used some of the time to try some new things. I actually picked up a bunch of porcelain clay and made this little mask.
Oh, cool!
I've never done a lot of sculpting before, but it's got like faces on it, little face up here, and it's really awesome because I did some research and I can now go in with like a Dremel and like sand this down, and I plan on painting it up, and there's a little spot where you can hang it on your wall and shit.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks great. Love it.
Yeah, it's been fun. But other than that, Ellie actually just got into soldering a lot. Like, she's been making some jewelry and shit like that too. It's been really fucking cool.
That's sweet.
It's so fun to try new art forms. I mean, I have a couple of friends back home that are really awesome, like pottery. They just make bowls and stuff, but they sell the living shit out of it. at these like tamarack spots back home, and it's really cool to watch.
Dig it. Very nice.
Yeah.
So I see Josh asked another question. He's talking about some of your characters that you've created. So you've got like Fluff Princess, Party Monster, Boxer, Biggie B. So out of all of your characters, do you have a favorite? Or a story behind them maybe or something?
Yeah, it was old Blast Off Billy was my favorite one. That one was a really vivid hallucination, I guess it was. It was more of a dream. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep after smoking some DMT and saw this guy. And that's when it all came to fucking life. But it was just one of my guys, and the bottom half of his body was a rocket ship, just like shooting. He was just going straight up, and he like looked back at me, and he was just like, fucking things are all right. Like, you know what I mean? Just like popped the thumb. That's all I remembered. But he is my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got some good vibes from that guy.
Yeah.
Do any of them, like, do they pop up in your dreams after you make them? Do they come back and are you like, oh, hey, man?
Yeah,
like,
sure. Especially after, like, if it's one that we, that we make, pins with or patches, and I see it a lot, then for sure. Yeah. The dreams, it's a blessing and a curse, but I love them. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I dig that. That's fun. Let's see some other questions here. What do you think is the most what's the most influential piece that you've ever done?
Influential in as far as like the message behind it?
Yeah, or maybe like the most impactful, like something that's like had a really strong message behind it.
My Trump piece.
That's a good one.
The beautiful Trump piece that I did. Grab her by the vagina.
That's good. That's a good one.
No, I mean, honestly, I really, with my artwork, I like to give people a break from that shit. I want you to laugh. I want you to think of something funny, or, remind you of something funny. I'd like to take people away from a lot of the bullshit that I'm sure they have to see and endure daily.
Especially with this quarantine right now. I mean, we're all in lockdown,
absolutely.
so.
Yeah. Fucking absolutely.
I definitely watched, I think, the other day I was watching one of your live streams, and you're hitting this bowl of oil, and you guys are calling this thing apple juice, and I was cracking up so
that
hard.
Was my birthday.
That was your birthday. That's what I was like, this is so
3-gram
funny.
dab. I thought I was gonna die.
That made my day, like literally.
It was my day.
That was your day. I was there in spirit.
Yeah. Well, no. Luckily, I had one of my buddies come by and bring me some food and some really awesome beers, and he made sure I stayed awake.
Oh,
and
that's good.
I absolutely hammered with him, so it was a great birthday. Yeah.
How have you been spending this time? I mean, has this really changed your life, or are you guys kind of, adjusting well? Like, how is this going for you?
No, I'm very fortunate that we do a lot of our work from home. We were actually in the process of investing in a big warehouse down in Boulder that we were going to open up for a retail spot and like for puff and paints weekly or monthly. Like, we had all these big plans, and we were holding off for like no good reason, but we were really glad we did, because it, wouldn't really be able to do anything right now. So we just work from home. The garage downstairs, it's a 3-car garage, and we don't park any cars in it. It is a studio.
Oh,
so
that's such a good
We just said, fuck it, and we just turned the whole thing into a studio, and it's awesome. So we have all the space we need. Very fortunate, and that's why we have no excuses, and we've just been trying to work our ass off.
That's a really good perspective, though. I mean, it's good to stay positive right now, and having that space to do that. I mean, what a blessing at times that we sometimes may not realize.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only obstacle we have with work is art supplies, and luckily Amazon does deliver, but they just shut down the Targets here and the Hobby Lobbies at Michael's. Hobby Lobby was open for a while because they said that God told them to stay open. And it was great. It was in the papers for a hot minute.
That's awesome.
Loving it, dude.
I mean, really, that I have seen a lot of people have turned to creating and using art as their outlet right now for, what to do at home. So,
absolutely,
always good to get people those art supplies.
Yeah, definitely. If you're thinking about painting, you should fucking go and get some supplies somehow and do it. I mean, it's therapeutic.
Aaron Brooks wants you to paint. That's your message for the day. I got another question here from Josh. Have you ever gone to Burn?
To Burn, like
I'm assuming that's Burning Man, but perhaps.
Oh, Burning Man? No.
Perhaps not.
Any
Burn.
I have not. Are they? Is that something that happened before the quarantine, or did they have to cancel that?
No, I believe that would have been in the middle of summer, and I don't believe that's. And I haven't heard any updates. Somebody says canceled here, but I know Infrasound. We were talking about Infra before. I believe that's postponed. So fingers crossed. We'll all be up in. Is it Minnesota now? They've changed it from Minnesota.
It is Minnesota at Harmony Park. I'm pretty sure. Is that
You did the pyramid stage. That's right.
Yeah. So we have some plans to give it a whole new makeover too.
Very cool.
Paint it all white and just give it a go again.
Were you at the one in Wisconsin when they had it at that old park?
It
was like a swamp.
The one that was like a disc golf course.
I was actually not at the one in Wisconsin, but I've heard stories about it, and I was wondering if you knew.
Yeah, where it was Infra Swamp.
Yeah, were you there for that?
I was there. That shit was wild.
Everybody just has mad stories about that year. It was nuts.
Oh, I mean, it was so bad we couldn't paint for a second. I mean, it was just like impossible to paint outside because of all the rain and how wet it was. So like, it was pretty much us just going there and hanging out in our friend's RV and chilling for
Staying out, stay dry, keep it on, buddy.
That was nuts.
I've got another question from Freeball and Nikes here. After the recent addition of the Pharaoh slides, are there any other specific products or things you'd like to apply to your art outside of the pins, clothes, blankets, etc.?
So with the slides, we have the rest of those going out. Sorry, I had to read a message from Chuck. We have the rest of those going out in a couple of days, and we'll be re-releasing those with another design as well. So you'll be able to get the Fluff Pharaohs, and there'll be another design option for sale as well. But we're working, Chuck and I, on a bunch of new T-shirts and shorts for the summer. I know he has a lot of plans clothing-wise. It's been really awesome working with Chuck and having him handle the clothes and things that we make on our own. But really excited with some future projects with Grassroots too. Yeah.
We are too.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
Very cool. And hopefully we see that chameleon soon. We'll get another chameleon.
Yeah, be real. We'll have to bring it back whenever I get one.
When you got one, that'll be the move there. Cool. Well, thank you for joining us this 420.
No, thank you guys. Seriously. And happy holidays. Puff fucking tough. Make sure to eat good. Drink some water. Wash your hands.
Keep it clean. Let's be good, guys. Not trying to get anything.
Oh, fuck yeah. Nah, this is great. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. We appreciate you too.
You guys have a good one. Thank you so much.
Later, man. Thanks for joining us today.